When a parent walks up to one of our safe haven baby boxes, like the one here in Gary, Indiana, all they have to do is open the door, place their newborn inside, shut the door, and walk away.
I done seen it all now. I have seen it all. So let me get this straight. Mother doesn't want the baby. She goes to one of these abandonment centers, puts the baby inside, and like the lady said,
and walk away.
So we're locking up men for child support for what reason?
Greetings and salutations. This is BIGJXXX here. Now, before I respond to that asinine video that you just heard, if you are a woman or somebody in need and you have a newborn child, go to the safe haven baby boxes. The National Crisis Haven crisis line is 1-866-99 baby 1. Let me repeat that the number again. It's 1-866-99 BABY 1. Their business office phone line is 1-888-742-2133. That's at the Safe Haven Baby Box. That's if you're a woman or somebody who's having a child, a newborn child, and if you're in a time of need. Anyway, what is a baby box? What is a baby hatch? Baby hatch and baby box are one and the same. A baby box, baby hatch, is a place where mothers will bring newborn babies and abandon these children in a safe location where that child can be looked after and cared for. That is the baby hatch. And the history of it stems back for the past, time immemorial, but in modern day history, let's go back to the 18th, 19th century. Um, there used to be a thing called the founding wheel, where it was like a, a device where you put the child in, and and the child would go inside the establishment to shield itself from the element. Usually, children who are put in baby boxes or baby hatches are usually those who are um, products of sexual assault, products of illegitimacy, or they were products um, of children who have got pregnated outside the confines of one's um, religion, religious faith. That's usually is the construct of the reason why women, mothers, will place their newborn child in such devices to be taken care of. So these children will be taken to will find a home or at a orphanages where they can be, um, so that child can have a good chance at life. But in the modern day, um, in the last, let's say, 25 years, because the advent of abortion, the the anti move, the anti birth control movement, and other such such restrictions on women's reproductive health and women's reproductive reproduction excuse me issues. Women are forced to have children whether they want them or not, and because of that, certain governments, governments, local governments, regional governments, even national governments have put up a way for a mother, an expecting mother, to uh, give away her child without without any um, recourse. And especially um, in the United States, there are many states that have started the thing called the safe haven laws. Safe haven laws is where police stations, hospitals, fire stations, anything in the between, government buildings, where children, where newborns, or where you can legally leave their newborns so that they can find a better location, a better way of life. And this has been going on for a very, very long time. This been going. This can go on for. Excuse me. This process has been going on for the past 25 years. It's been going around the world much longer than that. Primarily in places like the Netherlands, uh, Malaysia, Japan, um, France, Hungary. These places has been, uh, you know, um, and even in the mostly of your developed world where it has been honored. But back to Angryman. Back to Angryman and the hypocrisy, the ignorance, um the show of delinquents. Eggman seems to forgot that, for one thing, he said he is a conservative. He called himself the street conservative. He talks about, though, we as men need to vote for the right wing so to protect men's rights. But here's one thing Angerman don't seem to understand. Most of the states that have the birth box, the hatch box, or laws or places where there are safe haven laws. Well, Angerman needs to sit there and understand something though, because 1999, the great state of Texas had adopted the safe haven law. Indiana, another conservative state, have the safe haven laws. Arkansas, Florida, Kentucky. Most of these red states that where Angerman will sit there and say he is for that he's for people like this Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump, while those policies of those administrations and those leaders are conservative, and conservatives support women in the time of their need as a option to avoid having abortion, since Roe v. Wade has been overturned by the Dobbs decision. You see, Angerman forgot about about being a conservative. And there's another thing, though, I gotta say here, and it's very, very troubling. He tried to make it seem to be child support is the same, a man not paying child support is the same as a woman giving up her baby in a hatch box. Well, Angryman, how can you conflate the two? Because one, a man not paying child support, he's not usually a man who's not paying child support are usually men who has jobs, men who are grown over the age of 18. And in fact, though, if Angryman was so concerned about child support, maybe he talked to Ronald Reagan, who helped in the alimony system geared by Ronald Reagan when he was governor, who created the no-fault divorce laws in 1967. Maybe Angryman needs to work on that, brush up on his history instead of doing those short TikTok videos that makes absolutely no sense, that's hypocritical and childish in behavior. Maybe if Angryman can sit there and understand that, while the people who usually give up their children to birth boxes and hatch boxes are usually children, usually mothers who are, quote, children, or usually are girls who are trapped up in the patriarchal society that forces them to keep a baby that they don't want or never even try to have. It forces women like that to keep a child who got pregnated outside of their own will. While people like you, Angryman, will sit there and say black women are the worst single mothers on the planet. While people like you, Angryman, will sit here and tell you that black men are no, scratch that. That black women, that the worst thing on the planet, the unsafe place on the planet is a black woman's womb. You said that. BIGJXXX says that. A lot of your people who hang around, Tommy, somebody, you, or all of y'all who said that time and time again on these YouTube streets. That's different from a man who's not taking care of his responsibilities, who refused to raise his child, because it's called personal responsibility. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, and this is the reason why we need to scratch that. We need to revamp the education system, because a lot of you so-called men are actually spreading ignorance and childish behavior. I'm out.
Solution. Stop crying like a bitch and be a man. That's the
Right.
goddamn solution.